The arts industry usually accounts for £10 billion of the UK's economy. However, this past year, the pandemic has caused major disruption to the arts, having been forced to move everything online. I spoke to Hannah Reynolds from Imagination Dance about how the dance school has been affected.
So we work on with older people, those disabilities, those long-term conditions. So throughout the week, we would be doing classes in care homes, in village halls and day centres and things like that. And obviously then when the pandemic hit, everything stopped. And unlike children's classes, which could go, straight to Zoom and things like that, we had to work a little bit harder because our participants didn't have internet or they didn't know how to work Zoom. Nightmare. When it first hit, we were all kind of, panicked because it was just about everyone kind of hopped onto Zoom. And although we did with a lot of our things, we found it really difficult to not have that weekly contact with people for people who weren't online. So the grants and things is all well and good, but there were so many stipulations, like you had to be going for a certain number of years. If you had any pay as you earn, you couldn't do it, which is what we found. Then you didn't get the grants, you weren't eligible. So I think in the financial sense, it wasn't then. When we had the Eat Out to Help Out, that could have been so easily transferable over to the arts. You could have just said, if you buy one ticket, you get another ticket funded or something like that.
Throughout the pandemic, the government have announced schemes and loans to help people in the arts. However, sometimes this is hard to qualify for. Acting for Others is there for those that can't qualify for government help and has aided them through the pandemic. I spoke to Joel Marvin to find out more.
But yeah, generally how we work is we have 14 member charities, and each year they put in a bid out of all the money we've raised and tell us what they need it for, how it can help their charity, and we allocate them a set amount of money. Because we've had so many big fundraisers and lots of donations, we've been able to do 3 rounds of bids. So we've been able to support them throughout COVID. This one we did was called For One Night Only. So we had Maggie Smith, Judi Dench, Ian McKellen, Derek Jacobi and Kenneth Branagh but do a Q&A basically, and that raised over £300,000. Performers, anyone in the arts is falling through the gaps of government support. I think the government are doing sort of what they can. If the charities weren't there, they would be in a mess.
This is Ellie Avery, Buzz News.